Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video, let's go! So in this one, I am going to be following up on another video that I did yesterday. I don't know if this is going to be out before the Nero one or after the Nero one. Either way, I've done another video, right? I've done two videos where I'm talking about stuff I spoke about yesterday, right? In this one, we're going to be talking about the Quilo path thing. Why do I look like a ghost? Why do I look like a ghost? What's going on? It's really weird. I think it's because I'm wearing this yellow t-shirt. Give me a minute, I need to fix that because that is going to really annoy me. Do I make it? Hey, there we go. Right. I'm no longer a ghost, I can put myself back over here. Yeah, so yesterday I put out a video pointing out there was a new bug that was in the Quilo path, right? The reason I made the video is because I actually went to the Discord to see if anyone else had been experiencing it, and no one knew what I was talking about. No one knew what I was talking about. So not many people had experienced it at that point. So I thought, well, you know what, make the video, get the visual out there, and if someone just so happens to share it with the devs or whatever, then at least they can visually see what's happening and possibly fix it. I'm pleased to tell you that it looks as though that has actually been fixed, and I now have a team set up with various different multipliers. And on this one down here, you'll see we've even got the deploy Virgil in there. So we'll take a run through in this video and we'll actually see that the hotfix has actually been enacted, okay? Another thing, guys, I kind of mentioned this. Really work these to your advantage, right? Work these to your advantage. There's a way that you can get a lot more points out of this event by just simply being quite smart with placement. Once I go into this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, like, I've deliberately set my teams up in a certain way where, if you look, my team 1 and my team 3, they deliberately have units in there that will push the DPS character into slot 2, and that's so that I can run the debuff, gain more damage when there's, enemy at the rear does less damage, right? Now there's a few other ones you might want to tinker with, and just for the sake of this video I'm going to put it on, right, because maybe I'll beat my best score, maybe I won't. I'm going to put on this, reduces fire, electric and soul damage, right? Now I've got that on here and I've got that on here, but I don't have it on my first team, right? Now the reason that I've got it on those following two teams is the main DPSs that I'm using are not going to be dishing out fire or electric damage, right? So if you just play it really smart, you can basically boost your score by a considerable amount if you are quite clever with it, you know. I mean, this one here, if I go back, actually, hang on, just because we've got free reign now and we're not going to get the... We'll take it down by 1, right, because Ken obviously does soul damage, right? Now that we've got free reign to tinker, you can really push your scores a lot higher, right? An awful lot higher. So everything's good, everything's good, everything's good. We'll know this is all working fine if we get to the end and it logs the score, because the issue yesterday was as soon as you hit a point, stage 1 for me, it would not log your score and you couldn't progress. Can't remember exactly what it said. Guys, when it comes to attacking, you know yourself by now, hopefully, a lot of it is down to when you launch your attack. I've been specifically launching my attack just after that. So just after Viper does her smash on the ground, she'll do a little quick secondary attack. That is when I've been launching my combo. I've done a bit of various things where I've mixed it up. Sometimes I will start the combo with Evil Ryu, and then round about now I'll flick it into Nero. One other thing I've noticed, and I just want to show you guys this as well. Whether you would call this a bug or not, I don't know, right? I don't know. Wait a minute. What have I done here? Have I left something on? No, that's all fine. Yeah, whether or not you would call this a bug, I don't know. But I found that when it comes to any time you attack, very strange, very, very strange, and you'll notice it yourself if you pay close attention to your super bar when you're playing. Right, so Viper's going to attack. Right, I'm going to pop my EX skill myself, right? So I popped my EX skill, then I'm going to do the attack. The reason I'm doing that, right, is I've noticed that if you hit auto and you let it do an auto attack for you, it sometimes just kills your combo when it hits your EX move. I don't know why it does that, It's obviously not supposed to do that, but it certainly does do it. I've seen it often enough to know that if I just hit auto and allow the game to fire off my EX attack, then quite often it just kills my combo absolutely stone dead in its tracks. Right, so I'm going to fire on to the next one now. Again, showed you the kind of build that I'm using. Your mileage is going to vary, right? Build your kind of buffs and debuffs, or yeah, buffs like in your workshop and your debuffs completely around your team. Now what I was doing was I would make my team, I would come out, set my debuffs, go back in, just double check to make sure I could tick every box and I could take every single advantage possible. And that's kind of what I'm doing for like maxing out my score. But one thing that's really elevated me is that little thing I showed you there of just being sure that I activate my own EX move before launching the combo. I don't know why, guys. I honestly got no idea what it is. I don't even know why it happens, and I'm not willing to actually waste a stack to show you it happening. But if I was to like allow the game to just launch it, I would have been sitting right now on 1. So that bar at the bottom that says 2 that you can't see because I'm hidden, it would say 1. I don't know why it's happening. I honestly don't know why it's happening. But oh, that score's looking a bit better than normal. Got a funny feeling that on camera I might just beat my best score. Maybe, possibly. Right, let's move on to team number 3. So on this one, I'm kind of, for me anyway, I'm targeting bleed, right? So I've got full soul reduction and full fire and electric reduction. That's all on here. I think I've got no agility. No, I don't have no agility. Why would I have no agility? Vega's agility. Right, so how could I tweak this team? I mean, maybe I could put someone else up in the support slot, but to be honest, for survivability, this one seems to be working for me. So I'm going to do this one. I'm going to make sure again that I pop the EX skill myself, because for some unknown reason, like I said, it costs you a bar. I'm telling you guys, it costs you a bar, and I do not know why. Some of you might have noticed it, some of you might not, but it's the EX skills triggering that's causing it to happen. Right, so there's me pop my EX skill, there's me popped my auto. Now we'll see where we sit with the score. We've got Vega obviously applying bleed on this here, which is the plan. See where my score sits. So far, stage 1, log the score. Stage 2, log the score. If it logs the score here on stage 3, then the bug has been squashed, my friends. The bug has been squashed. Now, the only thing that might stop me getting my highest score here is the fact that I have slightly less multipliers on. Slightly less. And it didn't affect me getting my score. So I've nearly got 8 million. Nearly got 80 million, which is looking pretty solid. Some of you will probably want to see what I'm doing in my workshop. I'll show you. Have I got enough to upgrade something here? Let me see. Maybe I have. Not you. Not you. No, I've not. Again, looking at the team that I'm running, I basically have built the team with crits in mind, right? So I'm targeting crit rate and crit rate damage, right? However, if we look at some of these, like this one here, each speed point increases the crit rate by an additional 0.02%. 2 of my damage dealers are of the Inferno class, so I have taken more crit rate damages than I have crit rate boosts. So if you look here, crit rate damage, crit rate, so that's 2 for this one's crit rate damage and crit rate, so that's 2, 1 for crit rate damage, so that's 2 and 1, sorry. Then that's 1 here for crit rate, so that's 2 and 2. This one is crit rate and crit rate damage, so that's 3 and 3. And then the last one is crit rate damage. Crit rate damage, plus also got damage bonus. And if you look along here, I've got another one with damage bonus. So you'll see that that's kind of what I'm targeting just now. I'm targeting trying to get crits, yes, but when I do get those crits, the priority for me is having them do more damage, basically. So for the teams that I've got, that is what I'm targeting. I'll be honest, as the bosses change, that might change, but I feel like that's a fairly solid kind of loadout to go with if you are trying to do this, because I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, it's probably what everyone's going to do. You're going to roll and roll and roll and hope you get more crits than the person below you to basically try and cement your position on the leaderboard. A good job I got a higher score there, because this person below me had just overtaken my score, so it was very handy that I just got a new score. If you look here, they don't even have like the highest tier units or anything like that, you know. Their units are, some of them are really good, yes, 100%, but on others, they don't necessarily have the highest tier. The only one here is maybe this one. I could potentially go in just now, do, I think it's this one here. Yep, take off agility fighters, save, go to challenge. This guy at the back, I don't really fancy him being on there too much anyway, if I'm being completely honest. Could swap him out, could do the exact same team, and I could give it another go, which I'll do. I'm only going to do the first fight. I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch another entire run through of me trying to do this. I might finish it and then just cut back and show you if I did beat the score or not, you know. But again, bearing in mind for me to use this little pop here, just wait, then go. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens, see if it gets a higher score or not. Be interesting, because there's a lot of debate just now about whether Summer Yang is boosting everyone, giving them more damage or not. I guess we'll find out in a second. Looking at my score just now, I would not necessarily say it's any higher. It looks actually lower to me right now, if I'm being honest. It looks considerably lower. So I think the answer to this is going to be no, it wouldn't be a better loadout for me. But I'm not going to make you sit to the end of the video. I'm just going to finish it here. The long and short is, they fixed the bug. You can run all the stages, use all the modifiers that you want, and you will be able to complete your stages and experiment with them, guys, because like you just seen there, sometimes you'll get massive scores, sometimes you won't, and it could just be a simple one change, you know, one change. I don't really understand, to be honest, why taking Fei Long off in favour of putting in Summer Yang would make my score drop by the kind of level that it did there, but obviously it did, so it is what it is. We're gonna have to wait and see what I can do to kind of tweak that one a little bit. But anyway, guys, I have been Hayzink. I appreciate you all as always for watching. If you watch the content, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.